Well, it's the old guy in Still River radio or video, whatever you want to call it, or just a dribble show. And we're entering. We're just beginning the what's called the dog days. It's after 4th of July. It's getting warm and hazy out, though it's pretty nice out now. The fireworks displays went off fairly well. There was two the same night in Still River, one at the mall, one at Still River Town Park. And fly over by Bob Radichowski and Harold, who had one-man helicopter that pulled him his one-man glider across the lake in front of the fireworks, went off fairly well. And school has been out for a while, and people are hinter and yon on road trips and vacations. And along about the middle of July, the end of July, the younger generation, the high schoolers in the first, second year college, the kids are out of school and boredom sets in if you don't have a summer job, or after work you're looking for something to do. And all kinds of mischief starts, and impromptu gatherings and impromptu parties. In the old days in Still River, we'd have them out off a dirt road out of town. We called them keg parties because somebody would buy a keg of beer and set it up on the side of the dirt road, and people would gather at night. Well, a long time ago in Still River, it was that time of year, and it was like the late 60s, and those were the cruising days. The muscle cars were out. Everybody had a hot car. And, there were Camaros and GTOs and hot rod type of cars with rakes on the front, rakes on the back, dual glass backs, 450 horsepower engines, Hurst shifters, 4-barrel carburetors, and and occasional drag races impromptu at night, and a lot of car crashes and unfortunate deaths from drunk driving, because the drinking age was 21 in Still River, but Still River was a border town, and right across the border, which was about 5 miles away, the drinking age in the next state was 18. So there were nightclubs there for younger folks too. We used to go and watch rock bands and things like that. And you had 25-cent beers, which was great. If you had only $2, you had a lot of beers. So, but in the middle of summer, I guess there was a keg party spot up by the East Lake Reservoir of Still River, and strange stories started to develop. People were seeing UFO lights, probably was ball lightning, bouncing across the other side of the lake. Strange happenings are happening. They would see this kind of strange light bouncing across the farther end of the lake, and somebody said they went out there and they saw this strange creature loping along, and that there was a UFO over there and a monster. It was the summer. It was the monster summer in Still River, and this went on for like 3 or 4 weeks, a month. It was in the paper every night. Crowds would go up there, old ladies in lawn chairs, concession and food trucks, and people would camp out. And along about 11, 12 o'clock at night, they would see something, a light or something. And some people went up there and took pot shots at it, and they said they found people's houses, said there was banging on their houses at night around near the reservoir, and awful sounds and howling and screaming, and they said they found you know cows from the farm near there dismembered, and all kinds of strange stories. So we went up there, and there was a big crowd, and there was this the tough guy crowd. They were a little bit older, with the rolled up T-shirts and cigarette packs in them. It was like that play Grease, in the movie Grease. It was just like that. The hairdos, the girls with the beehive hair and the ponytails and the hoop skirts and the poodle dresses and the dice on the dashboards and the little dingleberries around the back window of your car, swans on the hood, Continental kits, you name it. And it was that, and they were that group. They were the greaser group. And they got in a big group, about 20 of them. They said, we're going to go up the road and see what's going on. We're going to get this guy. So they're like all huffy and charged up and gung-ho. And they would say, hoorah, and march up the road, and it's like 11 o'clock. And we're standing there watching this, and we hear this awful sounds and crashing and yelling through the woods on the right, off the causeway of the reservoir up the road. And we see these former gung-ho, hoorah guys come running back, their hair sticking up, their eyes all wide, screaming, it's after us, they're running. They got in their cars and peeled out and took off. And we're like, holy mackerel. And it was in the paper again. They called it the East Lake Monster. And so one night, towards the end, it started to peter out. It got stale after about 3 or 4 weeks. And the summer ended, and school had to start and all of that in another week. It was like the last few days of summer in August, and so we go up there, and there's nobody there now, and we're in our friend's hopped up 56 Ford, and we're sitting across the causeway with beers in our hand in the back seat, and you can hear the engine going boom, 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 boom of our car idling, with the dual 4 barrels and the Ford 385 Ford, I guess, Interceptor engine in it. Put it in it from a former state cop car, and we're sitting there with the parking lights on, and we're talking, and it's getting creepy out. We're hearing crashing through the woods and stuff, but we didn't see anything. And one of us looks back across the causeway, and we see like this swinging light. It was one of those construction lights that you see on those sawhorses at construction sites, the blinking yellow light comes swinging slowly up the road and back, I don't know if we really saw it or imagined it, or somebody pulled the trick, but it's like, it's after us, it's coming through. And we were like, this chill goes through you, your hair on the back of your neck stands up, and we peel out and take off. And that was the excitement for the summer. So it's the dog days, and kids are out, school is out, and people are looking for their summer excitement. So anything can happen in Still River.